Well, hello, and welcome back. I'm A. Joe Neal. This is Beyond Code Live, and I am doing another bit here. So, in the last segment where we left off was I was able to show that the type ahead is here, but as you might be able to tell if I can't zoom in on that. Let me zoom in a little bit. Whoa, that's interesting. Huh. So this stays the same size no matter how I'm zoomed in. Anyway, there's an undefined there. There's like a weird comma just hanging out right there. I don't know what that's about. Anyway, I did it really hasty. I made a little whip commit, but not something worthy of pushing. And so now I'm going to fix that problem with the type ahead. And also there was another problem that I thought of. I don't know if it was last night before I went to bed or while I was sleeping, but something about the listing of the articles and the all method needing to be an IDs method, something like that. So I think I'm going to accomplish those two things. We'll see. I need to at least accomplish this one, get that working right, and then yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and get started. So let me bring this back over here. And I'm going to go ahead and undo my whip commit. Oh, by the way, I have the comments open on both Twitch and YouTube. So if you see me looking this way, I am looking at the comments. If you don't see me looking this way, I am not looking at the comments. If you know of a good tool that would give me a notification when there are comments on Twitch and YouTube, let me know about that in the comments. Okay, that said, it's chat, comments / chat, whatever. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and do a good old reset. Not hard, just a reset. And let me go back down here. See, I was being naughty. What this should be, and this should update fairly regularly. This should update. There's a couple things wrong here. All right, we should have the type ahead. Is it repos? TA repos? Type ahead repos? Type ahead repo? What did I do for the other one? Where would I call it like row template or something? Template. No. TMPL. Row TMPL. Okay. So let's call this type ahead TMPL. And what this should be is, I guess, the inner HTML of pound minus repos. I think that's right. So this should be, call this blog.init underscore init. Sure, maybe. And this should follow that same pattern there. So let me go ahead and move this code into here. Whoops, 5. Well, no, 1, 2, 3. It was 4. There we go. I'm going to go ahead and move that in there. I'm going to move it up. I'm just going to put our blog.init here, maybe. That seems reasonable. Let's move this. Move this here. Follow the same pattern. We're going to build the template string. In this case, I guess we can get the inner HTML. I kind of like the idea of diving in to get the outer HTML, but I think that inner HTML is good enough for this. And then we do want to run, this would probably be render repo typeaheads. Yeah. And all right, there we are. And I need to move this elsewhere. Let me go ahead and move this up to, I guess, right here. Yeah. So what I want to do is replace the inner HTML with Bother. I think this would be blog ID is what we want to call that. And what do we call this TMPL? Repo? Is it repo TMPL? That's what we called it. Blog.star TMPL. Typeahead TMPL. Okay. Typeahead TMPL. And replace. And let's see, how do we do the other one? Reasonable enough. So let's say that we're going to replace ID. Oh, let's put some spaces in there for good measure. With ID. And that at least gives us a more proper render function, which, by the way, I think that I want to create something that's kind of like a lightweight Angular Vue React type of thing, although I hesitate to say anything like React. But I think that there's a way to do this where you just write out the things you need in the HTML and not worry about it too much. Have some sort of small indicator of how to what means that something should be looped over. I'm gonna have to think about it, but I think I can come up with something. Anyway, that's not where I want to be. Where's the place that I want to be? There's options there, options there. Where is my, all right, data list repos, there we are. So data list repos, and oh yeah, so I do want this to have something inside of it. I want it to have an option with a value of ID, as it were. Okay, so now, heaven willing, if I, wait, could I just self-close that tag, or does it need to be closed that way? I'm going down here. Option, where's the typeahead? Where's the list equals? List equals, where's the other list equals? Main. Oh, okay, so I think that's, if the value is the same as what you want to show, you don't have to put anything there. Okay, that makes sense. Also, I had this idea of putting the favicon in the select list for GitHub. So where was GitHub? GitHub. I could be wrong, but I think this would work. I'm just going to try it real quick. This is a little bit off the beaten path, but just a thought that I had I wanted to try, and so my impulsiveness compels me to do so. It would be github.com/favicon.png maybe, or favicon.ico, or maybe they've got something different entirely. I don't know if I quite like that one. I wanted the inverse. I wanted the black kitty, not the white kitty. But it's okay. We're going to check this out and just see how it handles. And then we're going to do the same thing with Gitty. And I think that would need a space there to feel just right. And then what we could say width equals, whoops. Width equals, width equals, it's like 16, I think. Not even using styles. Good old-fashioned 1990s image. Although, you know, I feel a fool because really all images should be wrapped in a picture tag. And when I don't do that, I feel foolish because I'm not living up to my potential. Of course, I don't really remember what the different options for the picture tag are, but basically, you know, that's how you define when you want to have multiple resolutions available. That's how you define it. So git.io, I think. Probably even try.git.io. Okay, so that was a tangential thing. That was just because I wanted to see how does it look with. Oh, it doesn't put it in there? No. Hold on. Maybe the picture tag wasn't a good idea. Let me just try this. Let me make sure that I'm on the one that is the little. Huh. Well, that's weird, don't you know? Oh, whoops. Stop. Because last time I checked, I thought that you could put, like, I'm pretty sure I put a button into a select box before. I thought you could put HTML elements in there. All right, never mind. Scratch that. Waste of time. Confirmed. I will reconsider it later because I'm pretty sure there's a way to do that. I could have sworn I've done it before. But whatever. Okay, so what we really want to see is there's my type ahead with the ID, and was it something didn't fire off? Did I not call the init event? Yeah, I didn't. I think I didn't call the init event. So let me go back into this and check and see. We got any comments? None yet. Okay. Hello, welcome. Feel free to ask any questions. So good on here. I did call blog init. But what I did not call in blog init was the render type ahead. What did I call it? Render something earlier. Render repo type aheads. Render repo type aheads. All right. So now that I'm calling that, let me do a little refreshy do here and see. Oh, sweet. Excellent. Most wonderful. Alrighty. So I also need to fix those things. Am I going to call blog model.all? Yeah. So I'm going to put a little hotfix in here because these are wrong. So for each of these, the repo should look like this. All right. Should not have the branch name. So for each of these, what I'm going to do is I'm going to call split on the branch name, or on the pound, so that I can get parts. The first part is going to be right, and this is just to fix a screw up that I already made. What framework thingy is that, or are you home baking something there? I am home baking something here, but what did you think looks frameworky? Are you talking about? Because my little $ thing is not jQuery. It's just the same thing. If you open up any site, if you open up any site and you just do $, $ and double $ are always defined. They're aliases of query selector and query selector all. But when you run your code, they're not defined there. They're only in the console. And so I just made an alias for that. But this, I like to do pure classless JavaScript, where all of the objects are just JSON value objects, and then I basically just take an uppercase version of whatever my lowercase objects will be and attach the things to it, and underscore means that it's either private or not yet super well defined, and otherwise it means that it is public or pretty well defined. So all here, I'm pretty well defined on that. There's a couple of them that I think I still might change the name of, but yeah. Oh, the init thingies? Yeah, so this is just because I don't want init to be I mean, I'm not exporting this as a library or anything right now, and I don't know even that I will because it's kind of niche to its own use case. But I'm just using underscore init because let me go up here real quick. Actually, first, let me put a little to do right here so that I don't get lost as I continue to move on, because I'll do that otherwise. But so this post and blog are what I'm using to attach the functions that will be interacting with the DOM. So these are my views. And then the ones that say model, these are the ones that are just interacting with local storage or maybe doing a tiny touch of controller logic. I don't really have a lot of controller logic, so I'm not making separate controllers at this time. But yeah, so I'll just show a real quick example of this. I showed it in another video too, but not like anybody's going to watch all 20 hours of this thing. So here I'm setting my on click, and these are my view functions because they take the event from the DOM. And so all of them do not have an underscore in front of them because they are being exported out and used. And I like to use this pattern rather than having things be private, truly private, where they're inside of a closure. I also like this pattern because then if I need to futz around with something and go in the console and be like, you know what, real quick, I want to see what it would look like if I replace the render template function with, or the render, the typeahead template with a different string. I can go in and I can just change that right then and there without even changing the code or refreshing or doing any of that, and then just run the function again to be like, oh, okay, this is what it seems like now. So that's why, if that makes sense. Okay, now I'm going to go back to my little X's. There we are. And so I'm just kind of hot fixing because I have some stuff in local storage that's wrong from last time when I kind of quit a little bit early. Thanks. And I'm going to run through local storage and just fix them. So the problem is that they have some undefines. The repo is meant to be basically the ID. The repo URL, like this, is basically meant to be the ID. And then I was allowing to attach pound and then branch name, but then we got some undefines, and yeah. So I'm going to fix that. It'd probably be better if I just do it rather than explain it. Okay, so this will be correct. And then if not parts 1, or, whoops, I guess I actually want to do this. If parts 1 and undefined is not equal to parts 1, then actually we could do it that way. So if not parts 1 or undefined is equal to parts 1, then branch equals nothing, right? But I could say branch. If not branch, well, I guess I don't even need to handle if not branch because it'll just not be, and that'll be fine. So I could do like this. So we could just say if undefined is equal to branch, then branch is nothing. And then else, well, actually we don't want nothing. We want repo.getBranch. Else repo.getBranch equals branch. And then we're just going to save this all again back into local storage. So local, well, I guess it'd be blog model.save repo. That should work. That should fix them all. But then I have to fix the place where they're being inserted, which I think is blog.save. Blog. Oops. No, serialize. Where's that? Save. And let's see. Get branch. Same kind of thing here. I'm going to have to think this one through a little bit better. Because on the one hand, I don't know if I should be doing what I'm doing. On the one hand, I like the idea of having pound branch name as part of what's in the list. On the other hand, I can get conflicting information because this is already going to be main by default, which maybe I can just, instead of putting main there, maybe I can just have the placeholder be main. And then here, where it says branch, I could then put in parentheses main, master, etc. Maybe that would make more sense. Because I like the idea of just being able to select this and almost all of the information being known based on the URL. The only thing that wouldn't be known is what blog system is being used. But we'd know whether it's GitHub or Git, and we could know pre-fill the branch name. Basically, I want the typehead to include the branch name so that it can pre-fill the branch name. But I don't know if that's necessary either. I don't know. Maybe I'm being a little silly with that. We'll see. Such a blast from the past here. What do you mean by that? The jQuery-esque looking use of query selector? This is the way to go, man. It's not complicated. Just keeping it simple. All those newfangled frameworks, they're too much. They're too much, especially when you're just trying to figure out what your project ought to be. Anyway, so if the repo has the branch name, then I've got this problem of what do I consider this to be? I think I take the repo, branch name out of the repo. Okay. Yeah, let's do this. Same thing. Parts. Where'd my parts go? Parts. Split here. This should be its own little utility function. Let's go ahead and make it so. So this would be split repo branch. We'll just call it that. And we'll return the parts as such. Or maybe, how do I want to do it? Yeah, let's just say we'll take in repo. Sure. And then what are we going to take here? Blog.repo. And we're going to get back parts. And maybe I should just pass in the whole blog there. We'll do that for now. If undefined. Yeah, okay, I like this. We're going to do blog.getBranch. So we're going to do repo and branch. We'll call it get branch, or maybe just underscore branch. Okay. And then what's the question here? We're going to return the repo and the branch as parts. Whoa. Oh, I don't think I really wanted that, did I? Okay, what did I do? Let's undo a little. Undo. And then here, parts. And we really do want parts. I don't think I should do it that way. At the very least, let's do it like this. this repo blog dot, yeah, and this should be blog, not repo, duh. Blog dot get branch equals parts dot get branch. That should be get branch. Okay. And then I want to move this up with the other ones of its likeness. Log model, there we go. Oh, and this actually deserves to be up one right here. Where's this serialize? Or does it? What am I doing? Where did I define blog model? Blog model. Doot, doot, doot. Cool. All right. And repo is that, and branch is that. All right, that's all fine. And then var parts equals. So this would have been, that's what I was going for here. Parts equals this. Blog.repo. Okay. Oh, except this one is not even that way. This would just be repo and get branch. And so then we would do parts.repo and parts.getBranch. Parts.branch. Good. Not there. Okay. All right. Just checking for new comments coming in. Yeah, so I think the repo URL should be more canonical than the get branch input, and we'll just override if necessary. So I'm going to put a little to-do here because that doesn't quite feel right. But I'm not really sure what else I want to do. But basically it's saying whichever you determine to be the canonical get branch, set that here, which makes sense. And then also what we ought to do is if, let's see, if repo.starts with https github.com / being sure to include the /, that's important, then it is fair to say that GitHost is GitHub. And likewise, okay, Git branch is an input with a type ahead. Git host is a select. Now, it's not necessary to put either input or select in front of these. I just like to do it. I don't know why. Just feels good. I don't know. Okay, and then here we do get host. So those are the things that we can infer from the URL. We can tell what branch it is, and we can tell whether it is GitHub or Git. I mean, most likely there is GitHub Enterprise. So technically it could also be GitHub. And this is one of those things where I'd like to see if it hasn't changed from what the initial value was. Maybe I could actually give it a slightly different value that still selects the same thing. I don't know. but I like to see if it hasn't changed from the initial value, then if the URL is custom, then it's probably Git. Otherwise, if it starts with GitHub, it's absolutely certainly GitHub. And I don't think there should be any. I'm just going to go ahead and throw 2 lowercase in here just for funsies, but I don't think we should really come into that, especially if they're copying and pasting. I mean, maybe somebody out there is stylizing their GitHub URLs or angrily typing in all caps, but we'll see. All right, so that's right. Now the part that's wrong still is in the save. We will have, nope, not that save, this save. So the key, how could we possibly not have git branch at this point? Let me go check on this. So blog model.save. Where are we saving? We're saving there, in which case we have git branch, and we're saving here. Really? It looks like we're saving in 2 places. So how could we possibly get down to here without having git branch set? So git branch is coming off the typeahead input. And if it's not set, then I'm not clear on how that one happened. Because I don't see how that can happen. Got a key, we've got a repo, we've got a git branch. Can't get here without a git branch. So, I mean, I kind of want to say and no, it should not be possible to get there without that. Oh wait, but we got the type ahead. That's probably where it's going wrong. It's not going wrong in the save. It's going wrong in the type ahead TMPL, where we are doing, okay, if blog.branch, but this should be git branch, right? I think so. I mean, I want to actually change all of that so that the names feel better. Yeah, I don't think there's any way that it could get anything else here. I think I eliminated the condition that caused that to be wrong. But here we are. Okay. So let's refresh. Main. Okay, what does this one look like? Undefined. Nice. Nice. And so when that enters into the type ahead, that's fine. But I actually kind of want to, likewise, when we're doing blog.serialize, going from the form to the JSON, if we get past the part where the URL is clean and good, I actually also want to say that the value of the repo is without the hash. So let's say that I put this over here as foo. Well, let's refresh. So let's say I put this over here as foo, and then I select from the type ahead where it's main. That didn't do what I wanted. It's because something is not defined. Okay. Split repo branch 759. 759. Whoops. And should just be repo. Blog is not necessary there, although I might go back and make it that way later. Perfect. Yeah, that's exactly what I want. I like that behavior. So I'm going to pick from one of the ones that I want. All right, good. That was excellent. And then this one is messed up and shouldn't be there. So that, I think I'm actually just going to have to take a trip down here, sort these keys. I can't sort the keys, of course not. I'm just going to get rid of that one, get rid of this one, get rid of this one, get rid of this one. How can there be so many? Get rid of this one. Oh, I think it's just because there's a bunch that are garbage that were left over from bad attempts. But none of that's been pushed yet, so I don't have to worry about cleaning it up in production or anything. Production. This version over here. Yeah, so refresh and I get nothing, right? Good. Okay, so let's load this one. And all I need to do is make a change so that it will stick. All right, now that one should stick. And then likewise here, I should be able to do, I guess that's main too. Sweet, that should stick. And then, is that it for my examples? Yeah. So there's this one. That one's actually on GitHub. Good. That one's actually Desi. Let me see. Wrangling Hugo. That would be a good one for, let's put in here https github.com. No. git.root projects.org/root/the root company.com pound. I think I've set this one to main as well. So let's see that. And this one is actually on Eon, and it is Git. Okay. Oh, that's interesting. How did that get empty? That shouldn't have gotten empty. So something didn't quite go right there. Probably order of operations issue. All right, so I read from Git branch, which should not have been empty, but whatever it is now. How would this get to be empty? Because it had main in there in the other one, parts.git branch. Git branch is here, so that would have been main, so it would have passed in main. And so it should get back the repo without the branch name. And git branch. Yeah, let's take a look at that. Split repo branch. So this is the one that comes in. And if this is undefined, if not branch or branch is undefined, that's the problem right there. So that does need to be there like that. So if not branch or branch is undefined, then we take the given branch and assign that. Otherwise, we go backwards, although I don't know what reason we would need to go backwards because we took this out of the code where that would have made sense. So that's simply override. Got it. Great. Okay. Let's refresh this and try again. And we're going to put pound main in here. And that's going to do the right thing. Cool. But now, how did that come about? Because now there's a version. How could that have saved, though? Okay, let me go look. Look in here. That makes sense. That makes sense. That makes sense. That does not make sense. How could that have saved? How can we get to a condition where it will save when there is nothing there? So we can go through the local storage as it is. We could make a mistake in that direction. I'm going to go with main. There. I don't know. if not blog dot get branch, then to do, delete, because it's garbage. That's just from junk. This one has to have a get branch. But it didn't before, because the last time the code ran, I was able to turn back an empty, which is why that one exists. Okay, so let's get rid of that and let's take a look at this. This looks good. That's not, that is right, and this is right, and this is right. So all of these are right and good. Excellent. Okay. Boop ba doop ba doop. All right. So I'm satisfied that that's working properly. And what I say, oh, there's like one or two other things here to do real quick. First of all, I think it's time to go ahead and save this. Let's take a look. Oops. Git add. Blog model.get. I need to make sure that that's not being used anywhere else. Okay, all that stuff looks good. One, two, three, four. No, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So basically, I should be able to call slice 5 on this, and that should be the same. All right, so this is a feature, save, blog, system, templates, save blogs, save users blogs, plus Typeahead. I think that's right. All right, where is this one going to go? This one I'm going to put in Beyond Code. Sweet. And Wrangling Hugo is going to go in root. And that one is going to go in, that's nothing, but it belongs to Beyond Code. Cool. Now the other thing, we've got a little bit of an inconsistency here, which I'm not going to sort out right now. But the inconsistency is that we should prefer blog model over article info. I don't know how else to call that. Article post blog info over post blog info. Okay. Anyway, let's go ahead. We got blog model now. That's cool. That's working. Okay, and one problem, kind of a bug fix that I know I can do pretty quick and easy, is this one right here. So we actually don't need get item all, so I'm going to put down here deprecated. This is completely unnecessary. So we can do remove item all. And then let me go find this. Because what we do here would be to get keys. Local storage, where's that for each at? kind of needs to be in its own place. Local storage.length. There it is. So this is kind of a janky utility function. Var local, let's see. Get all, I don't know what to call this. Local storage, get all. Function, we're going to put in a prefix, I think, is what we're going to do. Or we're going to do it like this. Local storage get IDs. And local storage get all. And then what we do here is return local storage get all, and we give it the prefix of blog. And then we get items. And if it starts with prefix, whoops. So if it doesn't start with prefix, we just continue. Let's do that first and foremost. That means that it does start with prefix, in which case we replace the key and we do the get. What does this do? Not much there. Okay, let's actually take a step back from that. We don't need to replace the key. We will do a json.parse local storage.get item. Check and see if we got any comments over here. Oh, hello. Welcome. Feel free to ask any questions in the chat. I've got it open on both YouTube and Twitch. Okay. So I'm going to get item. I don't need to replace the key there. And I'm going to parse it. So we know that the key is there. We know that the key matches the prefix. We're going to assume that it's JSON, because what else would it be? Everything here is JSON. And we're going to take items, and then we're going to return items. So I think that that is sufficient for what we're trying to do here. And then the IDs is going to be similar, except we're just going to push IDs rather than pushing all of the items. So we don't need to do any of the parsing or any of that. We just want to take literally the key and then replace the prefix with nothing, and then return IDs. And that's going to be our little handy utility functions. I'm just going to put this up here in the window space for now. It's not necessarily where I believe it ought to be, but I think it's in the right place for right now. And then where's my other all function? This really should be replaced. Postmodel.all should become postmodel.ids, which, we're just going to go with it, because it probably could just as well return all, but then we'd have to change more code, and yeah. Local storage get IDs. Okay, so instead of keeping a list of blog articles separate in a key called all, I'm just going to iterate through local storage every time, because I mean, I think you don't have to worry about stuff becoming slow until you start hitting the number 10,000. If anything in any sort of system, if you've got any amount less than 10,000 and things are starting to become slow, you are absolutely doing it wrong. Or you're in a very, very, very niche case. So it should be able to go through 10,000 items in local storage pretty quickly. I should test that. I should actually test that because it might actually take a second because the way that local storage is designed is actually not that great. But in any case, we're talking about something in the realm of hundreds to thousands, not in the realm of thousands to 10,000. So this should be all right. So what was that going to be anyway? Yeah. All right, that should be all right then. And then when I refresh over here, we're actually going to see more things than we saw before because some things that were previously lost are suddenly going to appear. Or nothing because, you know, errors, local storage get IDs. Yeah. Because typos. Get, local storage get, local storage get, local storage get, local storage get. Okay, cool. Let's give it a whirl. Okay, that does not make me happy. Something went wrong there. Let's go investigate what went wrong there. All right, we're trying to get IDs. We're saying if it doesn't start with this, just keep going. Otherwise, go local storage get. Get IDs. I mean, that should be correct. For sanity. Oh, you know what? We got to worry about not just the prefix, but also the suffix on this one. Yeah. So we're looking for, so this also kind of tells me that maybe I shouldn't have had a suffix. Maybe it should have just been a prefix. But whatever. Oh, also, it's completely wrong anyway. And I think we wanted meta. Yeah, that would have worked out. We would have gotten duplicates. That would have been the problem. All right, so we're going to match the suffix as well. So we're going to say if prefix and then same thing here, if suffix and not ends with suffix. And then IDs is dot replace prefix, dot replace suffix. Now this to do naive. We could do this a non-naive way by escaping it, creating a regular expression, and then putting the match here. Oh, you know what we could do? This is what we could do. We could do slice, and then we could do prefix.length. That should work. Let me just double check that I'm not going to get an off by 1 on these. So yo mabo dot slice. We're going to get rid of yom dot length. Abo. Yep. And then likewise, if we want to get rid of abo, then we slice up to that length. Oh, that doesn't. Oh, I think we can do negative. Let me try this. Slice -1, what is it? Slice -1, no. 0 to -1? Is it 0 to -3? 4? Okay, that's right. So we can do slice this, and then we can do slice -1 times suffix dot length. So prefix dot length should at least be 0. Yeah, that'll work. Okay, let's give it a whirl. Let's refresh. All right, so now we get a whole ton of them, and they're all wrong. Hey, welcome. So I'm just trying to work around a little bit of a local storage problem that I'm having, just kind of matching on keys here. Console.log. I'm trying to extract the UUID out of the name of the local storage key. So let's see if I've got post. Where's my dot meta? Yeah, so post dot UUID dot meta. So I should be able local storage get IDs. So prefix. So if there's a prefix and it doesn't start with the prefix, continue. If there's a suffix and it doesn't start with the suffix, then continue. So it's going to skip those. So it should only be accumulating the key, and we're going to slice starting at the prefix length. So that could be anywhere from 0 to whatever. And then we're going to slice negative the suffix length. And so I'm not really clear on where the problem is here, because it looks like that should work. Because if that's 0, then you get, I don't know what -0 does if you slice -0. -0 is a thing, by the way. It comes up very rarely, but I don't remember under what conditions, and I don't remember if it has any problems. Okay. So the problem seems to be, oh, I need to slice 0 to the suffix length. All right, that's cool. No problem. There we go. All right, cool. And there was a whole bunch of old ones that have now been recovered that were just kind of lost in local storage. Cool. So this is a testament to that strategy being the better strategy. Very much so. Okay, let's see. We still get it where if I just select one at random, what is this? This one's completely empty, so let's get rid of it. Oh, I don't remember which one it is. Let's try this untitled. Looks very empty. Okay. I think I can get rid of most of the untitles. Yeah. I'm just going to get rid of some of these untitles. I'm just checking to make sure, because it is possible. Well, it was at one point. It was possible to have a body without having a title. Now that is no longer possible, but there may still be a few that are hanging around, and I'm just kind of looking to see. I don't know. Really, it doesn't matter. Okay, are we not burning down these? Are they burning down or no? How many are left? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Are they actually burning down? Delete. Oh, they're not actually burning down. I wonder why that is. There's probably something fundamentally wrong with them. Or, let's see, do we have any errors in the console? Nope. I'm going to have to check out those untitles. because there must be other things that are wrong with them. Because they should be getting deleted. Let me just try the delete me here. So let's load the delete me. Cool beans, cool beans. Delete the delete me. And the delete me didn't go away. What if I refresh? Does it go away? Okay, so we got something wrong with delete. Oh, I think I know what we've got wrong with delete. I think I do. I think I do. Because I did not update. Yeah. Okay. So basically, this should be a for each. And, or actually it should be a sum. So if they don't match, keep going. If they do match, then this should be an issue of local storage dot remove item, and then we're going to give it post dot plus. I guess we don't even need to do all that. It should be much more straightforward now. Yeah, we don't need to do all that. We just do this. We don't need to do this. Yeah. It just becomes, we're just going to remove that, both meta and content. Done. All right, let's see if that works. Okay, I don't like how this is BOGO sorting, if I'm being honest. Yep, okay, cool, now they're moving. Cool, cool beans. Get rid of a few more of these untitled's. And this one's junk. Get rid of that one. Cool. All right, I feel good about that. I think that this accomplishes my goals for the now. Let's see, what did that one knock off? I don't think I had that one on here. Anyway. Oh, there we go. Hashtag programming goals met. All right, it is now your chance to ask me any questions before I start to wrap this up. So for those of you that just joined in, if you haven't been watching before, what I'm creating is a blog front end for something like Hugo or Gatsby or whatever, where you just come to what is, if you actually wanted to see this and get your empty list, you'd go to bliss.js.org. You go ahead and I'll go ahead and make a new post. You just start typing in Markdown. This is my title. And I'm going to get the Monaco editor integrated into this eventually. So that's, I think it's the same one that's in VS Code. And blah, 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 right? And then you go ahead and just paste the URL or type the URL out to your GitHub project where your blog is hosted. So let's say you're Joe and it is blog and it is the main branch we're concerned about. Boom. And you say you're using Hugo and it's hosted on GitHub. Then when you click create on GitHub, it'll open up that block. So I'll show you this. If I go to, I think just my hello world here, I've got this one hosted on GitHub. It's bash blog. Yeah. If I click this, boom, it fills out. Oh, wait, that was not right. Gonna have to check on that. I know kind of what's going on there. I'll have to save that for fixing for another time. This is one of those things of what I did before versus what I did now, and it's saving different information. Maybe if I just change one thing. Maybe let's try that again. Okay, no, it's still doing the wrong thing. It's still got the URL in here from the old one. So I won't push just yet because I do need to fix that before I push these latest changes. But anyway, it'll pre-fill out your file, whether it's on Git or GitHub, and then you press commit changes and you're good to go. And then, you know, if you've got your blog already set up to kick off through GitHub Actions or whatever, it'll kick off. So that's what I'm doing. Okay, so do I want to fix this last little bitty thing? What's going on here? Hello world, git.root projects. So why did this not get updated? Because all the rest of this is looking right, but this didn't get updated. I do kind of want to take a look at that and see why it didn't get updated. Bless me. Let's see. Yeah, okay, but if I refresh, so it looks like for whatever reason, just that isn't updating. Everything else is updating, but not the raw URL. So let me just take a quick look. First, let me check this out, cached. Yeah, added some helper functions, changed that to BIDs, setting the current item. Do I need to unset the current item? I got rid of that there, that's fine. Okay, that all goes away, that's cool. So let me make this commit. This is bug fix, show all stored posts. And then what do we got with the raw URL? Let me go look at that. Raw URL, JS raw URL. Is that not getting updated for some reason? JS raw URL. So that definitely looks like it should be getting updated if the other things are being updated. Live form preview, raw preview, get new file preview, raw preview. Get new file preview. Huh. That's kind of interesting. So why would it be updating? This is a question. Why is it updating? I mean, we can find this out. On refresh, but it's not updating on load. Deserialize, meaning go from storage to the form. Raw preview. Okay, let's go look at raw preview one more time. You give me any thoughts if you've got them. But I think what's happening, well, actually, I'm not sure. I'm not sure because we can see this is getting updated. And that would be this get new file preview. So that means that the content is being updated. There must be something that's just kind of hanging out. Yeah, this is file string is being updated. Addref is addref not doing what we think it ought to be doing. Let's see, post._repo. And this actually should be post._get branch. Call that for now, but this doesn't matter. Okay. Oh, I also think in the other place where I get the repo, what places are there? Here. I should strip off right here a trailing slash. Should not be kept. And I guess any number of trailing slashes should not be kept. Yeah, that should work. Oh, actually, where did that happen? Where did I just do that at? Whoops. This doesn't need to happen here. It needs to happen later. After we kind of examine. Yeah, I'm just going to leave that off for now. But I'm going to put a note somewhere else. Split, where am I doing my split thing? Split repo branch. Split repo branch. Just put a note to do trim trailing slashes. Okay, I'm just going to get out of here so it clears my history buffer a little bit, my undo buffer. All right, so the thing that I'm looking for that is problematic is, oh gosh, I already forgot. Oh, it's the href. So add href is where my problem might be. Add href, post add href. Okay, so I don't need to worry about that. Href plus equals href. And this, so this looks like it should be right. It's almost as though it just never makes it to that very last step. Is there a return in here? JS commit URL. But I wonder, maybe it shouldn't be plus equals. Maybe it should just be equals. Is this then getting longer as I load them? Let's check. Load, load, load. It's getting longer. It's doing plus equals where it should be doing equals. I think that's it. All right, let's take a git diff here. And whoops. Okay. Somebody ate my tacos. Dang it. Don't you hate it when they eat your tacos? Man. Okay, so where that value was, where repo is being read in. Split branch. Oops, split repo branch. Okay, repo.split. And I do want to get from this let's see, there's one or more. Where there is one or more trailing slash, replace it with 0. Yeah, that's right. Okay, this is good. That's good. This is not really what I want to get out of here. All right, to do refactor. So I want, before I was storing all the information about the blog system on the post, but I don't want to do that anymore. I just want to store the bare minimum. Okay, I do also want here to put that logic of replace any number of trailing slashes with nothing. And then we could say that post.blog ID is equal to a repo plus git branch plus one of these mobobs. That looks right. And so then when we do go to put that out into the text, I would like to not pull these values in from here. I'd like to pull these values in from elsewhere. Okay, so let's see where we have underscore git branch. What are you going to do? You're going to go here and deserialize. Okay, I'm going to just put a to-do here. Blog model.get post.blog ID. And git branch. Okay, I can see why that. But really, we want this to be on the blog. So really, when we get to this point, what I want to do is say var blog is equal to post repo plus post. Well, it'd be this blog model.get, and we're going to pass in the ID, which is either going to be post.blog ID or post underscore repo. I guess it's going to be this for now. Git branch to do post.blog ID. All right. So when you get that, that's going to give me the blog. And let me go back over to blog model.get and .save. And really, I think this should be more explicit for sure. So I should be able to say what is this blog object? It is going to be git branch. Well, let me see where save called, because I'll just take the same thing. There we go. There we go. Blog.repo, blog.git branch, blog.git host, blog.blog. And I'll have to fix that at some point. All right, so that's what we're saving. So when I call blog model.git, that's what we should get. Sorry, it's a little bit of a boring bit. Oh, hello, Sadok. Welcome. I see that your message has been redacted. Just a little bit in the boring bit of the slog here. Let's see. Blog model.git. We're gonna get the blog. So this will be blog.blog. And then down here, blog.git host, blog.git branch, blog.git branch, blog.git host. All right, where was this at? Git or create. Sure. All right, let's see if anything breaks. I just click around in here. Hello world. Already, good. 447. Let's go kick its butt. Console.log blog. Maybe I could do like this. Git branch could be post.git branch, and we could have a git host, and we can have all the same things. We can still have blog, and there was one more thing, wasn't there? The blog system, the git host, the git branch, and the repo. All right, let's try that. See what happens when we click around. Okie dokie day. Let's see. Oh, you know what? We need a little fix up too, because I'm still console.logging git stash. Okay. All right, there's a fix up. And I'll just go ahead and rebase that right now. Okay. And then git stash pop. And then make sure that we don't have that console.log in there. And we don't. So log this. Okay, blog is not defined. Where? 780. Let's go take a look at 780. How is it not defined? Oh, blog object. Duh. What is the name for these things? Well, what do you call something like Hugo? Is it a blog system? Is it a content generator? Blog generator? What's the right word? Any ideas? All right. That looks all right. Looks all right. I got smaller, which is good. So which one would I want this to go on? Was this Wrangling Hugo? No, this one definitely should go here. If I refresh, does it keep it? No, it doesn't. That's odd. Why would it not keep it on refresh? Why is it not going all the way through? Let's go check out that one. Okay, blog model dot, no, just blog dot serialize. So that's updated. Call blog model dot save. Are we not calling post? Blog dot serialize. Post dot serialize. We still want to call serialize here, I believe. That's the problem. Okay, there we go. That's better. Wait, but this should be GitHub, not Git. Interesting. I wonder why that is. Okay. So let's get rid of some of these garbage ones so I don't have to look through them. And that's Git stuff. Garbage. 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 Let's make this a lot slimmer. Oh, just going through, don't you know? Don't know where that goes. That one's definitely Git. This one is definitely GitHub. That one's definitely Git. That one is definitely GitHub. Definitely GitHub. All right. So the question is, why is it taking git host? Let me find out where else git host is being used. Git host. If post.git host. How about no? get by post. Post. Blog model. So let's look at get by post. And this should be the post. Blog model dot get by post. And we will give it a post. And I guess what I'm trying to do here is just simplify this logic. So we're going to say if repo and get branch. Well, I guess really it's just if repo. Yeah. Var ID else post.blog ID. Here we go. Deprecate. All right, there we go. And I should do the little bit to replace any trailing slashes with nothingness. And just in case, I'll put main there, and then we're going to return log model.get ID. Okay, cool. All right, blog ID is there. All right, blog ID is there. We can go ahead and get host. Here's what we'll do. Yeah, that's good. Excellent. So I'll load blog if we've got it. Otherwise, yeah. This is going to work. Excellent. All right, repo, host, branch, and what else? It was something, get host, get branch, repo, and blog. And that's blog.blog, blog.repo. Okay, cool. All right, I think I've got this to the right place now. Let's see if there's any more underscore get host. Just in those three places. Cool. Oh, and let's get rid of that log, lest I forget. Okay, so wrangling Hugo. This is correct. Let's make it incorrect. All right, and this is correct now. And this is correct. Let's make it incorrect. And this is, doesn't matter. Okay. All right, did this stay incorrect? It did. Let's correct it. Did this stay incorrect? I don't know. It's correct now. Did this stay incorrect? It did. Let's correct it. And let's just change that up for funsies. Okay, so now back to this one. Is it right the way that it should be? It is. Is this one right the way that it should be? It is. Is this one right the way that it should be? It is. So let's make this one wrong. And then see if it stays wrong. Oh, it won't stay wrong because it's github.com. Great. That's beautiful. Cool. All right. Seems good enough. Alrighty. Well, I know that was a slog. Just kind of going through, finding some bugs and some fixes. But if you found it useful, give it a thumbs up. I'm about to head out. Prefer blog info over blog system info. That one is now done. Select blog or new blog. It's not quite by blog name, but it's selectable. And I think that this is now at a point where I can push it to bliss.js.org without any fear of it messing up anything for anybody. At least not anything major. No data loss. Maybe a minor inconvenience of something or other. All right, what have we got? Okay, we're going to serialize. Good. That was really more of a fix-up than anything else. I could actually... This is kind of silly. It's pedantic, but I'm going to do it. Whoops. That's a fix-up. I'm going to rebase it. I'm going to put it where? That should go with the type heads, I think. Whoops. That should go with the type ahead. I get stash pop. And then how do I describe this thing? Just bug fixes? I think that's all it really is. Enhancement. It looks like this is just kind of preferring yeah. I'll call it a feature. Well, it's kind of a bug fix and a feature. All right. Now let's go make sure nothing broke miserably. This is my title, blah, 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 blah. That does seem like something broke miserably. Let's find out what it was. Nothing there yet. Blog is not defined. Well, that's no good. Let's double check on that real quick. That definitely should be defined. It's right there. I don't know how it could not be. Oh, and it's going to take a little bit before this catches up anyway. So I shouldn't be too surprised if there's a couple of weird things. But things are updating like they should. Pound main. Okay, that's not updating like it should. And this is still saying that blog is not defined, which leads me to believe that this is still the older version. Yeah, it is. So we're just going to have to wait for that to come in with the newer version. Oh, I guess I'll check on it later. Oh, cool. There we are. Now it's got the newer version. Complete with tons of untitles. I should probably find a way to collapse those down into just one. Maybe it shouldn't actually get its ID until after the first save. Anyway. Yo, yo, yo. Hey, hey, hey. Interesting. Do I have any of these here? Let's see. Good. Okay, so now that one should be saved. So now if I go here, oh, and then if I do this, that one should be saved. And then I don't want that one to be saved. Okay, so I still got a bug where this list is only being regenerated. I want to fix that real quick. The list is only being regenerated on refresh, which is where? Render type aheads should happen anytime we do a serialize, I suppose. Let's try that. Oh, that's not going to be effective there. I'm going to have to go look over here. Well, I'm going to say that's going to work. The question is, would I want it in update or just in serialize? Where else is update called? Update's called in patch. But we're not going to have a change like that on patch, which is fine. Really, I don't think we need to re-render the type aheads except for when I do the save. So let me go back here. That really should just stick with the blog stuff. Yeah, if I do a blog serialize and I make it all the way to the end, I think it's fair to redo the type aheads right then and there. Otherwise, I don't think I need it. All right, there's a thunderstorm outside. I need to get to it. Render repo type aheads. Cool. Bug fix. render typeaheads on each log update. All right. Well, I'm out. If you enjoyed this, give it a thumbs up. If you got any questions for me, go ahead and leave them in the comments below. Like I said, I know this is a little bit of a sloggy one. There's a lot of interesting stuff going on. But if you got any ideas on how I could, I guess I'm a little tired too, so my personality is not just like booming like it often is. But if you got any suggestions on that, leave it in the comments below. I hope that you have the best day ever. I'm going to go chill out with Thunderstorm. And subscribe if you want more like this. And I don't know. My brain's kind of on the slog. I'm going to get a good night's sleep tonight, though. All right? And you get one, too. Like I said, adios. Adios. Adios.